ashes, wings on my back, stay lit like a matchstick. We ain't coming back, I swear. Just let go and see what happens. Gotta let go to see the magic happen. They got us a quick change, so we like them in phase. I just bought a new watch, time to make my wrist ring. The zero gravity keeps elevating me. So we like them in phase. I just bought a new watch, time to make my wrist ring. The zero gravity keeps elevating me. Born in the darkness, fight for the light. If this ever die, I'ma fight for my life. Keep fighting on, listen, keep fighting on. We keep moving up, you can't hold us up. So I am up above the clouds. So I can't see the ground. So I ain't coming down. So no, I ain't ever coming down. Rise up from the ashes, wings on my back, stay lit like a matchstick. We ain't coming back, I swear. Just let go and see what happens. Gotta let go to see the magic happen. They got us a quick change, so we like them in phase. I just bought a new watch, time to make my wrist ring. The zero gravity keeps elevating me. The zero gravity, they got us a quick change, so we like them in phase. I just bought a new watch, time to make my wrist ring. The zero gravity keeps elevating me. So I am up above the clouds. So I can't see the ground. So I ain't coming down. So no, I ain't ever coming down.
Fall in love, drunk mistakes. We're bound to hit the ground. Gotta keep this feeling, keep on breathing, even if we're slipping away. So I close my eyes and lose myself now. Do it like it's only a day. We got a party for a lifetime. No, we ain't stopping for the sunrise. No, we don't care about the bad nights. If for a second I can feel like this, make me feel like this. We got a party for a lifetime. No, we ain't stopping for the sunrise. No, we don't care about the bad nights. If for a second I can feel like this, make me feel like this. Young blood made of gold, a mind you can't control. Running wild, can't come down. My head is in the clouds. Gotta keep this feeling, keep on breathing, even if we're slipping away. So I close my eyes and lose myself now. Do it like it's only today. We got a party for a lifetime. No, we ain't stopping for the sunrise. And we don't care about the bad nights. If for a second I can feel like this, make me feel like this. We got a party for a lifetime. No, we ain't stopping for the sunrise. And we don't care about the bad nights. If for a second I can feel like this, make me feel like this.
Been trying to change what I've been trying to say.
could change what you wanted. I wish that I could change what you wanted. I wish that I could change what you wanted. I wish that I could change what you wanted. I wish that I could change what you wanted. Why we always looking for more? Why we always looking for more?
Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to AFR. This is Tier 2, Season 8. We are here at France, and I'm Sandeezy. Joining me tonight is Apollo Pepsi. How are you, my friend?
I'm very good. I'm very good. Not happy, but good.
Well, I don't think either of us are happy after what just transpired in Tier 1 race, but hey, that's racing. So we put on our fake smiles, we put on our happy voices, and we get to call this Tier 2 race for all of you beautiful people.
Of
course you've just gone on their voices, Apollo. Just soothing, happy. I'm not going to say anything more, or else we might get into trouble with Twitch.
All the admins.
I've been in trouble with them plenty of times. They still let me hold the microphone.
I think we'll get in trouble with admins before anything.
Yes. Tyrannical admins. No, they're great people. Well,
Tier 1 was fun though.
Oh, isn't it always?
I don't know, dodging crashes are fun.
Absolutely. So Tier 2, currently the standings is Sneaky in the Red Bull. He's currently on 130 points ahead of Dalek in P2 in the Haas F1 team. Your team, Apollo, currently on 73 points. So he's going to have to start winning considerable races, and people are going to have to start dive-bombing Sneaky to oblivion.
True.
So someone make it happen. Or we're going to hunt you all down. Just
to be fair, we just need people in Tier 2. Dive Sneaky, get him used to what Tier 1 is going to be like next game before he gets in.
You have a good point. We need to do some on-the-job training.
Tier 1? Dive Mom. Everyone's a menace.
No. That is absolutely correct. Wait, what?
Oh, have you ever been lapped before?
Yes, and then I retired when there was green flags and I got a penalty.
When you're lapped, I swear you don't get respect at all.
I don't get respect when I'm on the lead lap, so...
Oh yeah, that's enough. The squeezing is insane.
You can squeeze me anytime you like to, Apollo.
I'll do it next race at Monza. I'll squeeze you all the way to the pit wall.
Oh, we're at Monza? Oh. Guess I'll see you in 2 weeks' time then.
No. Why?
Can't wait to get pushed onto that sausage curve in the Retifilio chicane.
Floor damage straight away, even though we can't get it.
You can get it. You can. It's just much harder to.
Oh, we can?
Yes, we can. You just have
that
to have
car
a
will give it to
significant
you instantly.
impact.
It won't even be reduced.
Oh, it's disgusting. Anyway, here we go. Well, you saw tier 3. Did we have any rain? Whoa! I was about to hint into it. I was about to hint to it. There it is. Tier 2, the wet tier once again. Just like last season, France. It is wet again. Qualifying, and well, I don't know if it's going to be a wet race.
Okay,
but,
I'm gonna go ask.
Okie dokie, artichoke.
I'm gonna ask Darla because he's in the chat. I'll ask him.
Thank you, perfect. But yeah, so rain affected qualifying here. I know it is quite substantial, significant rain currently, and as you suspect, it is the wet compound tyre at the moment as the faster tyre.
I got a weather
Hello, Lavinia.
update.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
Or you're more of a Jane Bunn fan?
No comment on that one.
Give us the spiel.
So, all wet, as you can see, for qualifying. But the race is dry. Dry.
Oh, there you go. Just like tier 1. I tried my best to curse tier 1 with a bit of rain, but it just didn't come to fruition.
I try that every week. The only time it worked was round 1.
I tried it in Baku, and I underestimated how much I needed to practice. And by practice, I mean I did none. So it was bad news.
Oh, I also did the same thing. I had to be told by Trin when to brake.
As a good teammate should. They should be telling you exactly when to brake. Just like I was teaching Ogold how to do the pit entry here. And he still got it wrong.
I get told how to brake in the rain because I didn't practice rain. Then Phil complain, you're braking too early. What do you want me to do?
Just be faster.
I finished P4 though.
Just get FIBA to finish on your account. Get him to race on your account.
I finished P4.
I was about to say that's a better finish than I've had this season, but then I remembered.
I got robbed of a podium because Al decided to go on the soft tyre.
Hey, even, you know what? I try, you know, even with all my menacing, the 1 week I'm not there, my boy Pondy's got a podium. Shout out to Pondy.
He wouldn't have got that if I didn't, do you know?
See? The commentary team's got your back. Anyway, here we go. Lick's going to kick us off Apollo, and, well, you can take us through the lap.
What?
Or should I?
No, I'm not ready.
I got it. All right, down towards first quarter. Probably a little bit further back in these conditions of braking, probably back towards 100 metres, and that's invalid because he's run wide there.
We go to the next one?
We go to Dutchy, who's coming through that part. Try and take a bit of that apex curve. Helps you rotate the car, running out nice and wide towards the white line, but not over the white line like Lick. Probably about 80 to 90 metres in these conditions down towards this tricky, clumsy chicane. And then just try and keep up the minimum speed through here in these conditions and try to keep the traction under control as we exit this long right-handed. Traction will be tricky, especially through this part, this little kink through seam corner. Through Mistral corner onto the Mistral straight as we blast down towards the chicane. DRS will be enabled here during the race, not in qualifying in these conditions. Speeds of over 330 kilometers under that DRS. Come through the chicane, exit, try and get a very good exit. And once again, we have a long, flat-out part of the circuit as we rise up with a little bit of elevation, which helps with overtaking. If you're the following car, a bit of slipstream, bit of ERS, as he slides it up there at seam corner into Labose now. And just trying to find a good point to start putting some power down towards this exit. Slides it a little bit out there, to be expected in these conditions. Don't get any of that big inside curve. It's almost auto spin, and that looks relatively nice there from the Alfa Romeo driver once again. And then he's going for the tight line here around this left-hander. And then just get to the left, open up this right-hander, straighten the car up as early as possible in these conditions so you can put the power down a little bit more sensibly. And not a bad lap here from the Alfa Romeo to get us going from Dutchy. It's a 1:43.6. And the world record is a 39.8 or a 39.9 in these wet conditions. So it's not bad, actually.
I don't think we put the world record in there for this tier 2. I don't think they'll get anywhere near it.
Oh, I'm just saying that if that's the world record, it's actually a pretty good lap for his first attempt of the session. And he probably hasn't done any wet practice. And he's probably running a dry setup. So overall, a pretty good effort there. And well, there you go. Half a second clear of forehead at the moment. There you go, Lemon just snacks it by a couple of tenths.
In the Haas reserve, showing up. Let's go.
Speaking of reserves, my man Urban Scyther. Well, his first race here in AFR, so best of luck to him. And he goes fast, 42.5.
I think he'll go to cheaper.
He is.
Oh, it's Mercedes in the wall.
That is unfortunate. That would be Snickers.
I was on board with Lemon when he did that. Just exit of turn 6. Probably too much curve.
Rather unfortunate for the Mercedes.
Oh, it's actually
and in a session like this, Apollo, you just want to be out there as my game has crashed, which is always fun. Or no, it hasn't. It's just kicked me off. it's just closed the application randomly, which is just as fun. But in a session like this, you just want to be out there doing laps after laps after laps. You want to fill the car up for a few attempts, and you just want consistency. And it looks like it's getting even worse out there. It looks so grey.
I would say a lot of drivers are actually spinning.
Well, Lick's just blown up turn 1.
Yeah, there's that.
It's not the suggested way to navigate that corner.
That's it. It's actually trashed out turn 7.
Ooh, the Alpine driver. And easy to do in these conditions. Easy to do in the dry. I think it was Eckham. He did that in Q3 ahead of me. I almost binned it. I almost followed him to the wall on the final lap for Q3 after he watched him do that. And well, at the moment, Sneaky without a time, our championship leader. And well, if the conditions are getting worse, that's bad news for him.
Speaking of full qualifying, I feel like I'm going to be the only driver in Tier 1 not to get through Q2.
I feel, you know what? I feel bad because I promised you a toe last week, and I totally forgot about it until you just said that. It just re-sparked the memory. I was like, shit! I didn't give him a toe. I gave Feber a toe of all people. Like, Feber, he needs it.
Yeah, well, you're giving one in me. You're giving it to me in Monza now.
You know what? We'll make it happen.
I deserve 2. I mean, 1 for Q1, 1 for Q2.
I'll have to join the Haas chat to coordinate.
I think I just give me a toe down the main straight, will be all good.
And then I'll cut turn 1 and 2, and then tow you through Curva Grande. I'll just cut the entire track to tow you on every straight. How about that?
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, I think the admins can look away for the best interest of our man Apollo here.
Yeah, admins, he gave me this deal last week. He didn't just follow up, so let me have this, please.
Yeah, absolutely. So here comes Sneaky. This will be a pretty good indication of what the track is doing, because no one seems to be improving on their first initial flying lap. As there's a yellow, I think, for Mika moving out of the way.
I think you're getting a lot of wheel in the final corner.
And he's a 44.4, only 12th place. And if I am right, it's so much darker. And on the start of the session, there was a bit of whiteness in the cloud, a little bit of white fluffiness, but it is solid, miserable grey now. And just no one is. Oh, Dalek's just binned it 300 meters out of the traction zone of the final corner. In like 4th or 5th gear. Oh, don't do that! Oh! Don't,
Stop reversing!
Oh, it's like that moment in the 12 hour today when he was stuck on the FIX with a first elbow in the middle of the track. Oh my, what a motor race. Bathurst 12 hour. It's a cracking, it was not bad. The winning margin was about 8 seconds, 7-8 seconds, so not bad after that amount of time. Pick Sneaky back up. Currently 1/10 up on his previous best. Around 2 sectors. Not good signs.
Oh.
And he's 2 seconds off pole right now, and he's just wayward, just wiggling everywhere.
Yeah, he's full.
Whoa!
He's sending it.
He's going for it, but
Oh, he's almost lost it again.
oh, he's in the pit lane now. Just don't do the gold, and you'll be fine. And it's pretty telling that a lot of drivers aren't even bothering to come out at this stage. Apollo.
I think it's that wet now. It's just,
It is torrential.
I actually might go ask Dal like how bad it is.
Yeah, we get a bit of first-hand info. Well, we know he doesn't like that final corner.
I'll be back.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, it looks treacherous out there at the moment. It's Dodge coming along across again, and he improves by 0.7 of a second to a 144.6. So a good improvement as they just immediately invalidates at the first corner. Psycho setting off on all that, but I just don't see them improving the way that the track is at the moment. They're going to need it to change once again. They're going to need the skies to open up a little bit, the clouds to lighten up a touch and dry the circuit. Well, give us a report from the Haas driver.
So Dal looks not having fun.
I mean, at least he's ahead of his championship rival.
Yeah, sure, but Dal looks just in a. This is painful for him. It's even worse because before the session started, he had a headache as well. This is just more of a headache for him.
It's just unfortunate, really.
Apparently, the rain's supposed to light up.
And well, you might as well be out there at the end, and those skies have just brightened up a touch in the last sector or two, and might that bring an improvement in lap time? Is he going to find the barrier, Psycho? No, but wow.
Hey, he found the bollard.
That was an almighty slide from the AlphaTauri.
He found the bollard quite well, though.
Yeah. Just be good. That will not do wonders for his confidence, especially around that corner, which is probably not flat out now.
I feel like in 2 minutes, 3 minutes, if it's line up, it will be flat out.
It's all about confidence up there.
It's all about, do I feel like throwing the car in, or do I want a lap time?
Yeah, well, here's the problem. If you try and go flat and you don't turn enough, you run wide. If you hold flat and turn too much, your rear end steps out. If it's just too wet, so a little lift ain't gonna hurt no one. But here, the current provisional pole position man, Urban Scyther, sets off on another lap in his Alfa Romeo. And let's see if he can find any improvement in these conditions. He is at 10th up in Sector 1 Apollo, so is that a sign that the track's improving? It might just be.
Probably.
Anyone who comes out now should really just fuel up for a couple of laps, because you can go back to back in terms of ERS and tyre temps in these conditions, so might as well fill the car up and just send it.
I feel like Panda would be a better commentator for at least qualifying, because he's a true master of rain.
I don't look, he was like 17th in the world.
We haven't had rain for a while. He's pretty quick.
He was only half second off the world record. What a man.
I'm his trusty apprentice in the rain.
You won in these similar conditions to this last year at this racetrack.
Yeah, and I beat the rain master.
There you go.
I beat said master at his own game.
Does that make you said Rain Master?
No, he still has more than me in the race. I think I'm still apprentice. I'm apprentice level.
Yeah. Well, here comes Urban, and he finds close to 2/10 and improves and moves that pole position further away from the rest. But Smitty's on an absolute fly here. And he flies up to pole position. He does. P1, a 42.0.
6 laps though on the wets. Those wets will be fairly comfortable right now.
Now, why would he not be on fresh tyres at this point in the session? It seems like a bit of a strange decision.
Maybe he was too much in the zone. Doesn't want to pit from out the sink.
That was forehead going to the top 3.
Which McLaren is first? It's going to be Skins. He's a second up on the time.
That takes him to the top 6.
Take him 6, but to be able to gain more time.
Yeah, exactly, the whole sector to find timing. So he's electing to use a lot of that exit curve there, which you can carry more speed through the corner, but it'll delay the power application. But he goes with fastest, so not about a lap from Skins.
Found more time.
Yes, he did. He certainly did. Can this man get back on the pole position after Smitty took it away?
What are these 3 tenths in the
He had 2 of those tenths through 2 of the sectors, so he could be on here. And he goes a 41.7. That's a good lap time. And I'll tell you what, mate, Smitty is coming into the pits.
So Smitty's done.
He's done. No, he's not. Which is, yes, I said it was an interesting decision.
Now both half cars have actually gone up quite late.
They're going to be stretching to get there. Make sure they don't obliterate the chicane on the middle of the mid-trail straight.
Oh, it's Lickle Forehead's already done that. One of them did it. I watched that Aston Martin just fly.
I think Lick did it at turn 1 as well. Forehead, here he comes. And he goes to a 42.3, stays third, but the drivers behind him have to chase harder.
I would say Skins is on another lap. He's 2 tenths up again.
It is. I feel like we're just watching the same drivers at this point of the session, but
we might as well.
They're the ones putting on the show.
Putting in the good times.
I'll tell you what, man, Sneaky, just ahead of Skins here on the track, he's going to have 1 shot. And he really needs that 1 shot. His championship rival Dalek, who might or might not make it to the checkered flag, will be hoping he doesn't make the most of that 1 shot as Skins goes full fastest.
That is
and dodge.
Like what Trin had to do. Trin absolutely floored with a 1 shot qualifying.
No, I think Urban's backed off on this lap, mate. He might have, just slightly, and he's going to go again. He'll make it to the flag, so will one of the Haas cars, this Lemon.
Lemon will make it, Dalek will not make it.
That
He's
Merc
left
might be
way too late.
That Merc of Snickers is probably not going to make it, and he is invalidated. No, he does make it. He gets another chance. I'm at 000, and then the checkered flag is waving out. Dalek has missed it by about 3 or 4 seconds. So he will start 11th at best. Here comes Decelerate. Stays 14th fastest. Dutchy.
Wahid went fastest, 42.3.
Dutchy, he stays 8th fastest. The 2 Alpha Tauris. Psycho goes 8th, Spicer goes 10th. We have Forehead here, currently 5th, invalidated. So we'll flick to Sneaky, championship leader through halfway of the season. He's won the last 2 races. He won the first 3 of the season. He is in a purple patch in his sim racing career. Can he find the pace here in this wet qualifying session? We're about to find out.
Sounds like a lot of wheel spin. Might just be my end.
A lot of short shifting and a lot of wheel spin, but he goes fastest. He does a 41.6.
Skins was the
Skins moves himself up to 5th. All eyes on Urban Cypher. 2.8 tenths up through Sector 2. He only has to hold that advantage through Sector 3 and he'll be on pole position. But everyone knows every racer will be continuing to push for the entire lap. Final corner, gets out of there with a little bit of wheel spin and comes down towards the checkered flag, and he goes on the pole of 41.491, and Lemon cannot improve from 12th. So that is qualifying Apollo, and it is Urban Cypher on that pole position.
Interesting qualifying.
Really good laps there from Urban and Sneaky.
I think he would have one-shot qualio.
He did.
Ford P2.
He's not done a bad job there considering the positioning he was in.
He's done a trend strategy.
Best of the track conditions at the end. He could have gone even faster if he timed his run to the start his lap better.
That is a fair point.
Look at that gap between 4th, 5th, 6th and 7th. Half a tenth of a second. Same applies for 8th, 9th and 10th. But pretty big field spread in these conditions. People just invalidating or not being out there at the end when the track was at its best.
Got a feel for comeback though at the bottom, 46.
Yeah, he crashed, did he not?
No, he was still running. I think he just invalidated all of his laps.
That is rather unfortunate. Easy to do here at Circuit Paul Ricard.
I did it in Q1 when I was trying to get out.
I did when I was trying to blow up the bollards for everyone at the start of each session. The apexes.
I invalidated at turn 4.
Oh, easy to do there. Just turn in a little bit early.
I was led by Potsy and it kind of threw me off.
Yes.
Because it was right, like, probably a few minutes to the apex.
Rather different conditions for the drivers now, ahead of 27 laps of Paul Ricard. We are in the dry. Have you moved from your sim rig tonight?
No.
Didn't even get a bite to eat?
No, I have. I got through the joint qualifying for Tier 1. Because I got knocked out straight away. 30 minutes.
Excuse me.
Well.
And why not? What else are you going to do?
Sit there like I didn't back him.
Now this is going to be interesting, the tyre choice of the drivers, mate. And, well, I said it'd be interesting. We've got 17 drivers on one tyre compound, so...
No, not as
interesting. It's not as interesting as I'd hoped, but...
Yeah, look at Mr. Spicer and Wahid, though, with the Campbell.
I don't know if I'd call Mr. Spicer's a gamble, though. I think that's a smart decision.
That is true.
Because Tier 2 doesn't tend to be the extreme DRS train that Tier 1 is. So, and you can go for the Potsy or Mikiao sort of strategy much more easily. Well, Mikiao went on the softs, but Potsy went early. He was on hards and went like 12, 13-ish to the medium.
No, he went later than that.
I don't think it was much later than that, because...
I think he went 16.
Yeah, whenever he went.
Actually, no, I'll tell up 16. I think he did 2 laps before me, so we got 14.
Regardless, Spicer has good flexibility from there. Wahid, the least of the flexibility of the drivers. He'll be in probably, definitely before lap 9 at some point, probably around the lap 6, 7 or 8.
It is a fresh set of tyres.
Yes, yeah, it is. Safety car could play into that. Mikiao made his lap to the last 11 to go soft medium and win, so who knows what's going to happen. But Urban Cypher on the pole ahead of Sneaky, Smitty, Dodge, Skins, Wahid, Forehead, Lick, and Psycho Dutchy, the top 10. Psycho, Lemon, Dalek, Vasa, Mika, these other 8. Sniggers, Dutch, Darkly, and Combat Rat rounding out the grid as we roll onto that grid around the final corner of Apollo.
Hopefully it's not like Tier 3 and we get to that stage where nothing happens.
Hopefully we get a safety car before we get to turn 1 and it's absolute carnage.
Hopefully we don't. Hopefully we don't, because I don't want to see safety car lap 1.
Oh no, come on.
I want
You're
to
no
see
fun.
No, safety car lap 2.
Alrighty, so looks like we are almost set to go here. The lights are coming on. We have 5 red lights in Paul Ricard, AFR Season 8, France Tier 2, and the lights are underway. Brilliant start from Urban Slicer, pulls ahead of Sneaky down towards the first corner. Smitty tucks in behind them. There's a Red Bull of Wahid getting very, very wide out on the curbs into turn 1. And he's challenging with an Aston Martin as we exit there. And he's got an absolutely shocking run. Must have got an illegal overtake. He's given up 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. How many spots is he going to give up on those soft compound tyres? He's dropping like a stone. And as we come into the next twisty tight section of the racetrack, dueling is Mr. Spicer. I think that, or it might be Psycho with the 2 Hasses as we exit onto the back straight for the first time in qualifying. And all 19 still running.
We've had some pretty good starters. Dalek going up 3, Dodgy. He's had a pretty good start, going up 3.
Good stuff from Skins as well, up to 4th.
Dodge not having the best of runs.
Wahid having a shocker on the best starting tyre.
Yeah, down 4 and 3 positions respectively. Spicer's had a shocker of a start on that hard. He's gone down 5.
It's not what he needed to do. He needed to try and hang on.
Yeah, you can't expect it on the hard tyre though.
You do expect it, but you just hope not. Oh, dueling Dodge and Wahid into.
I would say the AlphaTauri team was hoping.
Well, they definitely were. But after they've got a race win in Tier 1, you know what, they're due for a bit of a stitch up. As Mika, that was very wide. It looked like he was pulling into the pit lane, but now he's just shoving it down the inside of Vassar, and they make contact in the final corner. And Snickers just gets excited, sees the opportunity for a position, and wags his tail on the exit, but does get that position. And we cross onto lap 2 with 19 runners. Good start.
We're clean, which I just saw someone go start to spin.
Oh, you've opened your mouth, haven't you?
Yeah, I'm cancelled. I'm not going to run back in. They're going to kick me off the team.
Oh no, well, it doesn't look like damage, but that doesn't mean there isn't any damage. So here comes the Aston Martin towards Skins, but just holding in behind for now.
I was going to say we were clean and we had no DZ type incident up turn
4. Oh! That's because there's no Ferraris in the way, mate.
Oh, Mick has a Ferrari in front of him now.
There's only one of them.
Seconds.
There's only one of them meant to menace the field tonight.
Yeah, fair point.
Urban Scythe, I told him everything he knows, so he'll probably menace the field.
Yeah, you're very known for menacing.
Especially last season.
Oh,
Season of the Menace Easy.
I had the pleasure of watching you menace as well.
Hey, I'm just trying to put some entertainment on for you guys at home in the chat.
It was okay.
Hope you're all well.
It was great.
That's amazing. I'm just making sure the stewards have something to do each week. Dutchy, Smitty, Forehead, they're looking like the ones to be on the Porsches. Wahid absolutely just obliterates a bollard.
Yeah, someone just burned a bollard and just got straight into a wall.
I do believe it was Wahid.
It was Wahid or Aston Martin, one of them did.
Yes, he did. DRS enabled for the first time in the race. Has come down the Mistral straight. Skins has been broken. That's unfortunate for him. It's unfortunate for everyone behind as well. Because in the efforts of Forehead trying to get past it, it's going to drop them even further back off the train. And with Urban Scyther as rapid as he is leading the train, you imagine they're just going to pull away.
Now, this happened in Tier 3. We had a massive train for 4th, and the top 3 just left.
They exited the building, as one would say.
Yeah.
They went for smokes and never came back.
Well, Panda never came back. He never dropped.
All spinner is Decelerate in the Alpine, and that's 2 on this lap. Combat right down at the Mistral chicane. His forehead finally gets his man down the main straight with a bit of DRS, and ERS moves up to 4th place, and now he's going to try and chase down the leading 3, and he's going to try and do it now before that gap gets larger.
Now, Skins a 3-second penalty. It's lap 4.
And Lick has one as well.
Oh, well, now
Oh, and they're making contact as well. Oh, 3 wide! Oh, Skins just lost 3 spots, and he's been touched up by a couple of drivers there, and not in the appropriate way.
Well, Combat looks like he got damaged. And he's pitted. Looks like he spun in the same spot I did in our race.
Ooh, that could have been a badly Dutchy and Wahid. Bit of front right to rear left. Contact.
Mr. Spice is kind of stuck in a little train. Can't move.
Yeah, it's not a bad position to be. Just needs to eventually make the move. And the gap at the front is very close as Dutchy's making another attempt on Leak. And just forces him out a little bit wide and holds on and moves past all. He's into 6th position once again. Look at the front, mate. You can throw a blanket over these 3.
Yeah, both. They won't be able to see you.
Oh, you don't want to have a little sneaky cuddle on lap 5?
Sneaky cuddle.
Sneaky little cuddle?
Yeah, sneaky cuddle, but then you miss your turning point and you hit a wall.
Now, all of these drivers that have gone past turn 4 5 have made it further than I did tonight. Decelerate hasn't made it quite that far yet. Here goes Sneaky for the move, for the lead of the race, down the inside. Halfway along the Mistral straight into the chicane, and with the DRS he is past Urban Scyther.
Yeah, what have you taught this guy? He hasn't menaced anyone yet.
Hey, it's only early.
I was looking at a little contact.
You know what? I tell him what to do. I tell him to do what I say him, and not as I do. Do as I say, not as I do. Because if you're watching me, you're going to be a menace just like me.
Yeah, we love that way.
Hey, someone's going to do it. Might as well be me.
We need one person in the tier to at least be a menace.
Menaced easy. Oh, that's rude. And contact between 3 of them there as Skins tries to get back involved with this battle. And Dutch is about to get eaten up on the straight by both of them, and Skins gets them both towards turn 1. Nice work from the McLaren. I tell you what, Lick and Dutchy are going hammer and tong with one another. And it's been multiple laps of aggressive, hard-fought racing, just like that. A lot of side contact between the 2. Oh,
he's gone!
And it was always getting on, and like that, they were both being hyper-aggressive with one another. And off into the infield with no damage, I suspect, but
he saved her from hitting the wall.
he has lost a lot of time, and Sneaky has lost the lead to Urban Scyther on lap 6. Now
I see a lot of jumping.
it's now the ERS game.
ERS game.
And with Smitty so close, it's going to be hard for one of them just to sit in second and save their ERS because Smitty can bounce. So
I'll just go and point this one out. The worst thing about this track is when you're not in DRS. You're not catching.
And the second worst thing is when you're the 3rd car in the train and you're stuck there because the car in front of you has DRS.
Oh yeah, no, I was stuck behind my teammate for about 10 laps.
That's because he's just different, mate. Upper America, just different.
Just different, and he was swerving for no reason when I was nowhere near.
And he's just waving hello. We're just being social menaces.
Use the DRS.
Just flapping the DRS on the straight, you know? Yeah, yarn.
I did that to Fever to learn by. I saw Fever after he spun coming behind me. It's like, yeah, no, I'm not battling this one.
Yeah, I'm not messing with Fever when he's in a bad mood.
He called me on lap 3. I was like, yep, you just go ahead, mate. I'll follow you through. And then he called me on like lap 25 to lap me. I was like, no, fair enough.
That DRS is so powerful down the back straight. It's actually absurdly powerful in the last 300 meters of the pit straight. It's like the it's like the turbocharger just grows and you've injected it with nitrous, that or methamphetamine, directly into the internal combustion engine. Oh, a bit of heroin dust. That'll do the job. As Luke
Gives
gets
it
another
double
one.
power.
It's hey, anything for a little bit of performance. Take a little bit of a note out of the Ferrari 2019 power unit masterclass tips and tricks book.
I say we were gonna get it, then we got it.
Yeah.
No one's moving.
It's just so hard to overtake. Despite DRS being superly powerful, it's hard to really make many moves around here. It's kind of like a Belgium in that way.
Oh, when this happened, GFA and Rio combined just went off topic.
Well, what were we talking about in Brazil? Star Wars?
Yeah, Star Wars, man.
What sci-fi? What movie series are we talking about today? Harry Potter? Are we going mystical tonight?
Oh, I don't know.
Well, you haven't watched it. You hadn't watched them, had you?
No, I read the books.
Oh,
someone's in the wall.
Legs
in the wall.
Where is that? How has he done that?
Oh, John Paul's disability. I think he's lost it on the turn 2 curb. Right.
I think that's a bit far-fetched, if I'm honest. How have you ended up all the way over there? Hold your brakes.
He's hit the corner piece of the fencing.
He took out a sponsorship board as well. What a dog. That Rolex branding, they pay good money for that.
Yeah, this is going to take it away.
Yeah, seriously, man. They've got to be considerate of the sponsors. Oh, look at this, Skins and Dalek.
Oh yeah, no, that's what me and Kandama was talking about. We went off to about my worst crashes in AFR.
We could go off about my worst menacing actions in AFR. In my short AFR career, there's been a whole lot of them.
I've been here since season 1. I've had a lot of spins, crashes.
They haven't kicked me out yet, which is a good sign at least. Look at this, the Haas is sandwiching this poor little Alfa Romeo in the middle of it.
He deserves it.
He does. And I think the only thing more dead than the Alfa Romeo team chat is the soft compound tyres on Wahid's Red Bull.
No one likes Alfa.
Mate, I'm the only person who didn't pick them 19th or 20th across the 3 tiers. And I only picked it so I could be with a gold. Oh, look at
That's the
this.
same with Haas. Trent wanted me and not someone he didn't know. Look how that's turned out.
Oh my god, are they 3 wide? Oh, wow!
Pushed off track! That's a little bit menacing behaviour there.
How's this for a... Oh! One's off! 11's off! Oh! Oh, has he rejoined? Oh, he rejoined into him! Oh, it's safety! I didn't see it, but... Oh, look at this for Wahid! Oh, mate, this is perfect for Wahid. A full-course safety car.
My God, they've chosen.
Mate, they've chosen. Oh, they spun it to the pit lane. Wahid, you just... the before he'd gone past you, it's in such a beautiful... He's putting me lips. Oh, he was in the perfect position, and he's got a 5-second penalty and thrown it away. What a shame. Front wing change for Dalek. New tyres for Psycho. New tyres for Spicer. Dodge is going soft, so that's interesting. Mika's rolling down. He's going to pick up some hard compounds. And this is really bad news for Urban Psycho, Sneaky, Smitty and Forehead, because they've been caught up by that Aston Martin safety car. And Wahid will be with them, or be very, very close to them at least by the end of this lap. And they're going to fall down a long, long way if they stay, if they pit. I can't believe it, Apollo. I can't believe it. You know what? I'm not going to be able to believe when one of these drivers gets a time penalty under the safety car for track limits. It seems to happen every safety car we get. So everyone who has stopped apart from that top four. So devastating for them. Penalties at the moment. 8 seconds for Wahid. 7 seconds for Psycho. 3 seconds for Psycho, Skins, Dalek, and Dodge.
Now the top four, this is gonna happen.
Oh, do you come in? Do you stay out?
I would go in.
You've got to go in. You've got to. You've just got to cut your losses really.
3 people in. Forehead stays out.
That's an interesting decision. And we'll see how that works out.
Which red? Oh, where he doesn't have the helmet on.
Yeah, it's Wahid. I noticed that earlier. I didn't comment on it, but we saw someone go in the Mark Webber style last week, and we've got it again. It might have just been Wahid as well.
Wahid is new Mark Webber.
No wonder why he didn't think to slow down for that pit line. He's having a headache. He can't hear. He's having a massive migraine. No helmet.
Sound is doing his head in.
Imagine driving one of the 2022s, the Mercs, mate, with the porpoising without the harness device and a helmet.
Oh,
I think you'd break your neck.
Yeah, I think you would. In any car, you'll break your neck if it was that.
It's crazy to think they used to drive with no harness device.
Just come in the pits after you no helmet on. How's your neck, mate? Sore.
Oh, when K-Mag was complaining about his neck the first couple of rounds of the season, toughen up, mate. You've got a harness device. Well, this is interesting. Look at the tyres for the 3 leaders. Urban's gone softs, Sneaky and Smitty have gone hards. It's a very, very interesting decision from Urban.
Urban's phone.
Well, it could be the case of it's put on the wrong tyre, or he's going for that, hoping for another safety car, or thinking that's the best way to proceed from 11th place.
I'm just gonna say he threw.
He probably did.
He's free.
I did tell you I taught him everything. I'm good at throwing.
Yeah.
I don't think he's throwing as hard as Forehead, but we'll wait and see.
Forehead is I don't actually know.
I imagine he's going to try and stretch to a soft compound to finish the race. But that's just my imagination.
Fair enough.
I'll be back in just a second, mate.
Come on. We have more pillars. So Urban, he's actually gone off that soft tire. So I think DZ was right. Wrong tire. So on this lap we should be good. Like oh yeah, that's right. Lemon Darkly both DNF'd. Fast right-hander. So that's great. Safety car's in the slot. Let's go, D.
Alrighty, safety car in this
Urban had
lap.
skidded, so it was the wrong tire.
Or it was a strategic thing to not use the hard compound.
True, because Sneaky and Smitty also did it.
It's probably the right decision. We'll find out. Anyway, it always hurt them. Warhead, well, he went and has stopped, which is interesting.
You actually can get pinged for.
Yeah, well, he was flying up around 200 and now he's down in 60, 70 kilometers an hour territory. So that's interesting. He goes once again and he's absolutely dropped where he is sleeping behind the wheel in that Red Bull. Dutchy's all over him.
Dutchy's gonna have a go at him in turn one.
And you'd expect that as the Red Bull was napping and around the outside, and down goes the Red Bull.
He's gone.
Yeah, I don't want to be that guy, but you know, a bit of karma for not having your eyes open at the restart.
Hey,
oh, wow, Skins is off.
Smitty, something out of here. Oh, that's hard entry for Skins, and he's got no wing.
That is unfortunate. Now Spice has got dodged with soft tyres all over him. And through goes the Mercedes, who's going to have to make another stop in this race just to make it to the end. And Sneaky's on the move, got past combat right now. He's looking all over the back of Urban, and that is Psycho there. As Urban's going to get him up towards Scene Corner, but they're still side by side, the two drivers. And Sneaky's right on the back of these two as they go side by side down towards the Mercedes, and Psycho just missed the corner.
I think Psycho did that as he was trying to get room.
He just turned out of it.
Now, to be honest, I did hear Eddie on that what you were saying, because I'm supporting my friend's doing that she's been in my...
I love that.
Yeah.
Psycho's in the pit lane, so maybe he's got a bit of damage. He was around Skins, I believe, around turn 5, turn 4, so...
Yep.
That
they
could be
confirmed it. Psycho damage.
All Urban down the inside of Decelerate.
Forward end is kind of flying. Kind of.
Yeah, he's got a 1.6 second lead over those hard compound.
Needs more.
Dutchy Alpha Romeo ridden car, and he's going to need a whole lot more time. So it's now the case of Urban and Sneaky versus Dutchy and Dalek. Oh, and Spicer. You throw Spicer in the mix on mediums. He's going to have some significant pace.
Yeah.
Oh, yellow flag. Someone's around. Who's that?
Oh,
Smitty.
Skins. Oh, Smitty.
Smitty and Combat.
Yeah, Smitty Combat had... Smitty had to take it skate mode, I think. And he doesn't get a penalty for that, thank God.
I think that he was facing 245 degrees to the racing line, so I think there might have been contact there in towards the chicane.
Has to pull out the mass.
I pulled out the protractor.
He's got the protractor on the screen.
I pulled out the old CAS calculator, mate, and did some hyperbaric. That's not the word. That's a hyperbaric chamber, but you know what I'm talking about. Some quadratic formulas and some trigonometry and all that sort of juicy mathematics. And then I plugged it all into an Excel spreadsheet, did some maths, and it told me he was precisely 245 degrees off of the racing line.
I'm just gonna be real with you. I forgot most of my stuff when I left school.
Yeah, so have I, but I'm just good at talking shit.
You're just good at being a menace.
Absolutely. It's the only thing I picked up at school.
I don't know if you watched old Friday series when I used to stream, but I'm just used to be good on just rambling about random stuff.
There's that. I'm much better at that when I've had a few alcoholic beveraginos.
I think it's a 2010 series on our YouTube channel. It's just me talking just garbage the whole race.
You have to link that to me. That sounds like some late night viewing.
I don't know if the ones I'm thinking about were put on YouTube.
Shame Urban and Sneaky have now passed Snickers. Dodgers past Dutchy for P2. Forehead continues to lead. Mr. Spicer still stuck behind Dalek.
Currently, I'll say Dudgy's leading at the moment.
Yes, he is.
Because Dodge, you're not doing another 12 laps on those softs, buddy. Just not happening.
The Spicer needs to put this move on Dalek ASAP. Oh, a little bit wide there, Urban. And Sneaky's going to have a better exit. And they're both going to come at the Williams down towards turn 1. Outside goes the Red Bull. Inside goes the Alfa Romeo.
They can't get the move done. They will go side by side instead.
Oh, and this time an Alfa Romeo and a Red Bull going through there. One of them not ending up the wrong way at the proceedings of the attacking or defending move. And, well, this Alpine and Vassar is about to feel a whole lot of pain down the straight, I imagine. If Urban goes for the juice.
Yep, there's Juice, there's DRS. Is he able to close up on Mika? He's not. Mika's closed up on Vassar instead. It's going to be a free wide. Oh, not.
Oh, around the outside here. That's a good move from Urban.
Let's put a car between him and Sneaky now by saying he's going to Juice.
Yeah, not for long. Urban's going to try and box in the Red Bull here.
That doesn't quite work. Vassar doesn't want him to be a part of it. It's going to take Mika around the outside, no inside. Oh, it's a free wide. No, don't do this.
That looked potentially devastating from the broadcast camera.
I'm just going to say this. Tier 2 is a bit more menace with their moves than Tier 1 is.
You don't quite have the faith that they can keep it clean sometimes.
Tier 1, we know what to do on a free wide 2 wide corner. Bit of ministry happy.
Not when I'm involved.
Oh no, you just make it 3 wide whenever you can.
I was sitting back tonight and I got dicked on.
Was that contact though?
No, it was just a moment.
No, are you sure of that?
I am 99% sure that was just a moment.
We've got to go off that 1% that Sneaky hit it.
I don't think the replay function is working tonight, which is unfortunate.
You probably don't have to.
It's recording, but the hotkeys are broken, so sorry.
Oh yeah, we love it. We like my keyboard.
I need a stream deck, brother.
So do I, but I don't want to spend $100.
100? It's 200.
Well, some of them 400. I don't want to do that.
Oh, the XL ones, they do look juicy though.
I'm just gonna ask my dad if for my birthday can I have this and I'll just show him $400. You buy this and I won't ask for anything else.
Spicer's got to get a move on. He needs to get past his house.
He's had to spin.
So
What's he doing? He's missing the end plate.
Why would he watch the rejoin, mate? It's much more fun when they do a menacing rejoin.
Okay. Lemon's rejoin was kind of...
I didn't see it, but I can imagine. I have the imagination.
So the normal darkly tastes racing line. Lemon's just goes straight flat racing line.
Yeah, love it. Can't wait to see that.
Basically T-boning.
Has Wahid now got no head in the cockpit?
No, he's got a head.
It's very small on my screen, I think. He's got a mini head. Spicer has got that job done, but Dalek's about to come back at him. Dodge is in the lead in the Merc for how long in those soft compound tyres. And Dalek coming back at Mr. Spicer side by side into the chicane. And Spicer not fighting that too hard. And Sneaky's in front of Irwin for now.
Now I would say Spicer's hard medium strat is working fairly well.
He needs to push now that he's got the lead or he's got ahead of Dalek. He needs to stay ahead and push up to the back of Dutchie, which is the net lead. But the problem is Dutchie's getting dragged along a little bit by the two in front. When do we see Pete? Lap 20 I think is the best time to get on new softs. End of lap 20 or start of lap 20. What do you think of Bolo?
I was on doubt. What do you say?
What do you think the best lap is to put on some fresh softs?
Oh, fresh salsa round now.
Oh,
I'd say.
Urban, that could be critical. 3-second penalty.
No. Oh, yeah, that is good. But I'll say fresh sauce can actually go. You can pit now fresh sauce if you have them. Because I pitted lap 16 for mine.
Oh, you
So
could go now, but they're just the medium. They're going to wear out. So
True. If you want to have like consistent pace for the whole,
I think at the end of this lap or the end of next lap, probably the end of next lap.
probably 20, lap 20,
Yeah.
21.
Well, end of lap 20 is when Yano Goatmere did it here.
I tried to do the soft, medium and soft strat. Then account for my tyre wear on my fronts. I think I got to 85% of my front left.
I tried to do the soft and medium like Mikau, but as we all know, that didn't happen.
As we got dodgies in pit lane.
She is. Dutchie's trying to take back the lead as he's got cars coming behind fast. Well, he gets another penalty. He's picking them up like a kid picks up candy on Halloween. And now there's three who are in probably the best positions to win this race. Dutchie, Spicer and Sneaky. All with no penalty. Now look at forehead, mate. He should have pitted.
Yeah. For that moment, he's going to go all the way back to West Dodgers, which is 13th behind combat.
Yep.
No chance of points unless there's a safety car.
He needs that safety car now. Smitty trying to recover. Gets past Wahid. When do we see forehead in this lap?
Yeah, I'll say this lap.
At the Aston Martin Engineers, pit your driver.
At Simdogger, make him pit.
More like spin dogger tonight.
Me and Sim had a pretty good fight for 6 laps until he hit me and spun me.
It's just some things.
Yeah, good thing he stopped on track. Let me buy him.
Oh, how
And we
kind.
continue. And we
And
continue our fight.
And forehead is into the pit lane.
All the way to the finish line as well. From lap 24.
Nah, sounds like I just think it would have been fun to
I
be
broke
racing lap
early.
24.
What? I don't think I broke.
See you in the chat.
I don't think I broke early, Sim. I think you're lying to me. I think you broke late.
Now look at this for the lead. They're almost all together. Spicer is leading Dalek, Scyther, Sneaky all in the train, and they're closing in on Dutchie ahead.
Sim, I can show you a brake check minus.
Yeah, just make sure you do it after I give you the toe, yeah?
I'll do a lap one.
Oh, mate, have I seen a turn one Monza incident like one? Oh, I have.
I don't think I've ever done a race where there is no.
I think I might want to exit Q1 in Monza. I'll join you at the back.
Yeah, I actually don't Tony. I want to start at the back.
Front of the back, you don't want to be anywhere in between. Look at this battle for the lead, mate. You could literally throw a tarp over the top 5 right now.
Now, is it just me, or is it going a little bit,
It's greying up, but we heard that it's going to be bone dry, so we're not expecting anything. Ooh. Dalek, Splicer. Here we go. Oh, this is giving me a bit of PTSD.
something you know way too
Oh,
well?
wow. You said it was getting dark, but fuck me, it's getting dark. Oh, and Splicer gets a pen!
Bro, it's gone dark in the
sector.
3 corners.
Wait, it's actually absurd here.
I'm actually kind of concerned if we're going to get rain.
Wouldn't that throw? Oh, Durban! Oh, Urban looking maybe to make it 3 wide. Spicer just sending it down the outside. This is really, really juicing up right now. And it's giving Dutchy a little bit of breathing room up front. All around is Smitty.
Smitty's got a little spin again. And the spot I did it.
Oh, wow. Launching up the inside is the Red Bull and the Alfa Romeo here.
Yeah, Sneaky's. This is like me and Sim going at each other.
Urban's got past the Alpha Tauri. Now Sneaky gets past Dalek in the Haas. God, this is a good battle.
Well, 3, 4, and 5 is all going to be decided on the track and who can finish ahead of them.
Yeah, with the fence, but it's never too late for Dutchy or Sneaky to pick one up either. Urban looking outside and turn one on Dalek. Dalek picks another one up.
Dalek, you're throwing, man.
Just Hastings.
I did the same thing. Anyway.
It is 6 seconds for Dalek, 3 seconds for Urban, 3 seconds for Sisa, 11 seconds for Wade, 6 for Dogs, 3 for Smitty, 3 for Psycho, 11 for Snickers, and 6 for Skins. And Dalek has been broken. Sneaky's gotten away from him. Urban's going to make this move now.
Yes, Smitty's had enough of that medium tie he had on. He's gone to the sauce.
Fair enough. He's out of the points. Might as well go for a little cheeky fast slap.
Or just haven't dealt with anyone like me and Sim. We just messed around.
Yeah, just have a bit of fun. Here we go. Sneaky. He's going to have 4 laps at the end of this one to try and win this race. He's got Urban pursuing behind, but with penalty. Dutchy on these hard compound tyres, trying to hold on for the lead. Who wins from here, Apollo?
I'd say Dutchy isn't a good chance at all.
I think whoever has DRS on the back straight last lap is going to win this race.
You can't really call it now, but I'm saying Dutchy's going to masterclass this and win.
It's all about getting the big brain active now. Who's got the biggest of the big brains? Or do Dutchy and Sneaky collide? Urban runs away. Does Mika do 10 laps of the gods and catch up to them all? Who knows? And just as quickly as it went grey, the sun's back out, Apollo. Yep.
Oh my god, we're actually getting scammed! Bro, start running spin, Wade's in the wall!
Oh, there's VC!
Oh!
Wade! Wade's trolling!
I thought I said it was 75 seconds.
Wade is trolling. Wade's just trolled his teammate for the move for the lead.
He's got no wing. so he's gonna have to get.
Yes. It's only a
Right,
virtual.
look at them top 5, like.
They are together, mate. And you know what this does? It gives them all a chance to recharge those ERS units, those batteries, a little bit.
It gives Dutchy a chance to just full throttle at any point in time. I think he's actually
And
gone.
speaking of, he is gone, and we are back under those green flags. Good jump from Dutchy, good jump from Sneaky. Not the best one from Urban, but he was a little bit further back already, so it might have been a good one.
Wait, what?
Oh, every time that warning comes up, I get nervous for the top 2.
Why do you say Dutchy's getting recorded? Like, what happened?
Maybe for the Wahid thing, but I'm not going to comment on it. Looked like a bit of a racing incident to me, but I say I'm not going to comment on it. Comments on it.
5 seconds. That's even more pain.
Oh, I think Wahid's just done with this race, if I'm honest.
Like I was when I
Oh, mate,
spun.
look at this. Look at this. Dutchy with a whole lot of ERS burn, keeping the lead there. Ooh, was that a little touch? Dutchy got a little bit sideways and seemed one up. This could end very badly. I have a feeling, Apollo. I have a feeling.
Up to the top 5.
I have a feeling something's going to happen. I don't know what's going to happen, but I have a feeling, a bad inkling, that some kind of incident / collision is going to occur in these next 2 laps.
God, can people still get penalties?
I know.
It's actually again trolled.
Dutchy's doing a great job, but Sneaky has that ERS advantage. Probably got the tyre advantage. They're probably not too dissimilar to tyre performance right now, though.
You see on the traction, it looks like Dutchy's actually getting better traction.
Yeah, just a little bit of dirty air for the Red Bull. Maybe a little bit worse of tyres.
There we go. Is this a
Here
change?
we go. He's not using much though, and Urban's right on him.
Oh my God, he squeezed Urban onto the curb outside the track. I think he might be looked at that.
He might. Urban chooses to report.
Squeezed Urban off track.
Oh, there! Oh no, this is gonna go badly. Sneaky goes wide. Urban up the inside, and Sneaky's just bumped him again.
Spice is coming in. Spice is trying to take up.
Urban stays relatively cool in that cockpit, but everyone has their limits.
I'm getting scared for the whole. Sneaky has the most. He has 60%.
I know.
Sneaky's gonna make
Here
it.
he goes. Does he go now, or does he go for the back straight?
He's gonna do it back straight.
He's shut the
Yeah, he's
DRS.
opening it. He's opening and closing it.
He's just trying to stay ahead of Urban.
Yeah, okay. He's just. That might be looked at.
Or was there contact between Urban and Sneaky?
Yeah, I think Sneaky's getting Urban damage.
Yeah. Sneaky's been pushing the limits with the defense, and he might have just stepped over the limit, and he's been passed Urban by 2 drivers there.
What I saw is he moved at last second into the braking zone.
I thought I saw the same thing.
And Urban just had no chance to avoid him. But here's the change for.
Oh, he's just smashed the other Alfa Romeo again.
Yeah, nah, Sneaky has to be looked at. This is.
There's being aggressive, and then there's driving like me.
I think Sneaky needs to be looked at for his drive in this race. I'm sorry.
Well, anyway, he's in the lead, and he's going to win this race. But you can't fault the drive from Dutchy. He's given it everything. And he's going to come home provisionally second. And it's going to be... we'll pull up the penalty. And it is Spicer who's going to hang on to third. And Dalek will drop behind Urban. Around the final corner we go. Red Bull is going to come across the line first. There's a bit of an asterisk next to that name though, next to that result.
Actually, yeah, that's a good point. Meekin might jump just all the way in the third.
Oh, he's just gotten Urban by a tenth of a second, and Urban will probably be pretty annoyed by that from Sneaky. It was a bit dirty. But provisionally it is Sneaky, Dutchy, Spice at the podium, and then Mika, Urban, Vassar, Forehead, Dalek, Dodge, and Decelerate after his spin comes home in the points, mate. Apart from those questionable moves, it was a good race, mate. Entertaining throughout. A little bit of drama. Wahid gets another penalty because he likes getting them. And Skins is going to finish us off in style. No, he's not. He's going to finish it off very boringly. And that is our Season 8 France round concluded. All 3 tiers done now.
Interesting race, but in my opinion, the moves on the last few laps need to be looked at, especially Sneaky's ones.
One for the stewards. That's all I'm going to say.
Just my opinion. Sneaky needs to drive in for the last few laps needs to be looked at.
I know we'll tell him, we're going to get him ready for Tier 1, but like, he doesn't need to drive like a Tier 1 driver in Tier 2.
Yeah, leave that to yourself. Just drive into people.
I'm dumb. I'm just trying to enjoy my nice lonely race and save ERS, and yeah.
Well, I was trying to, but you had to use it all to catch people.
Anyway, there you go. There are the results. Unfortunately, a little bit of late race drama, holding a little bit of an asterisk over that one.
I'm just gonna do this suggestion for the admins if they're watching. Can we get a probably Pepsi's chat or quotes? I need a quotes chat where I can
we need a quotes channel in the Discord.
Where I can just write quotes that I've said.
We should quote my rage clips. They're always funny. Anyway. Well, Apollo, thank you for joining me, my friend.
No problem.
It is always a pleasure. So, until next round.
Yeah, I'll see you at the back of the grid.
I'll see you at the Temple of Speed on the back row of the grid after we give each other the little toe in Q1, just for a bit of fun on the intermediate tyres when it's dry.
Yeah.
But thank you for watching, everyone, and we'll see you next week for AFR.